Let me catch my breath. Hey guys, welcome back to the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast, episode 31, aka your weekly FaceTime call. I was about to say my normal thing, like, oh my gosh, I have a great short little episode planned for you guys, but I've gotten a couple, and when I mean a couple, I mean like literally two. But I've gotten a couple of requests to like not edit the episodes as much, because I be telling y'all that I be talking for like 2 hours, because I'm my favorite person to talk to, and I know all the stuff I want to talk about, so I just be talking, right? But when I go to edit it and I see that I've been recording for 2 hours and 45 minutes, I be like, damn, nobody's about to listen to me talk for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I usually just like condense it to like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And I told y'all, when I start doing the videos, which is going to be soon, by the way, then I'll commit to doing, an hour or more, because, then we'll have the Patreon and I can just say whatever I want. But the real reason, honestly, I'm telling y'all, the real reason I don't be posting the hour-long episodes to Spotify and stuff like that is because like I said last time, I be slipping up. I be saying some people's names. Like, I be going off. So I be like, let's not, just in case they stumble upon it, let's not put that in there. But today I am going to try my best to not edit out as much. So I'm going to be real careful with my word choices and my storytellings. And if I say a name, I'm just have to say a name. So it is what it is. But I'm going to try real hard. So we're going to try to make this episode as long as I can. And also sometimes I'll be sounding stupid. I'll be like burping. I'll be hiccuping. I'll be like, throw the whole story away. It just, and at no point am I about to go back and re-record some shit. Like, I'm trying to make an album. I'm not doing that. If I sound stupid, my voice crack, if I burp, the whole story's getting scrapped. I'm not doing this. But okay, guys, let's jump right into the episode. And right as I sat down to start recording, because I got a text message, somebody said, happy Pride Month with your gay ass. It was my cousin. But that made me just realize, like, as I was thinking about the text message, I was like, why would you text me that so late? Like, it's damn near the end of June. Then I realized throughout all of these episodes that I've put out in June, I have never, like, said happy Pride Month to y'all. Like, I've never even addressed, like, our gayness at all during this whole month. And it's our month. Like, that's crazy. So now that it's like the last like 5 or 4 days of the month, y'all, happy Pride Month. Like, what's up? How y'all gay asses doing? How y'all living? It's a great day. It's a great day to be gay. So in honor of Pride Month about to end, I want to share with y'all my first ever like little gay experience. Now, not my first like sexual experience with a woman. We'll save that for another episode, because that was a whole thing. That whole experience was just a fast red flag, but we'll save it for another episode. So my first like gay little moment with a girl was when I was like hella young. I was super, super young. And I also knew I liked girls way before I liked guys. I always liked guys. I just knew I was sexually attracted to women before I was sexually attracted to men. I was like, no, she looks like, I could do some things to her, I was like, okay, what's up? And then I don't even think I got, like, sexually attracted to men until I was, like, a teenager. And, like, a high teenager, too. Because I was just like, I mean, he cute and stuff. But, like, okay. Okay, so back to the story. So, this story takes place in North Carolina. So, if you don't know, or I'm pretty sure I said it. I'm from Virginia Beach, but I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina from 1st grade to 6th grade. And then I moved back to Virginia Beach from 7th grade. And then I, lived my life out there. So while we were out there, this is still when I was living with my birth mom, she had a friend named Sabrina, right? I'm saying real names because, look, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It is no way they listen to this podcast. This was like more than 10 years ago, so we're good. But so my mom had this friend named Sabrina, right? And they were super close. They would go out every weekend, drink, smoke, play cards, right? Come over to the house, do, bang, bang, bang. So for some reason, some night, I cannot remember for the life of me why we were over Sabrina's house. My mom wasn't, or maybe my mom was there. No, my mom wasn't there, because I don't think Sabrina was there. But I do remember, y'all, it was a whole bunch of kids, like a whole bunch of like girls, like my age and older and younger, right? And I remember being like 8 or 9. I'll say I was 9, because Robin, wait, I'm jumping. Wait, y'all. Oh my gosh. I just noticed that like up until right now, with me about to correct myself, it almost sounded like this story was about me and a whole grown woman. It's not, okay. So the reason I knew Sabrina was through my mom, right? But Sabrina also had like a daughter my age. Her name was Robin. And I think it was like Robin's birthday party or something. I don't know why I was at this fucking house. And I remember we spent the night and everything. And me and Robin weren't even like close friends. So I really don't know why I was spending the night. Because my older sister wasn't there. So y'all, I don't know. Maybe one of my mutual friends was there. I really don't know. But I was spending the night and me and Robin were like up watching this like Disney movie, right? And also, I know I was older than Robin. So if I was 9, she was like 8. She was like 1 year older than me. And if I was 8, she was 7. So, you know. And like I said, there was a whole bunch of kids there, like our age, her age, my age, whatever, and, in between and higher. And it had to be a birthday, because why else would all these like kids be together? And I feel like we were home alone as well, because I feel like no like parental supervision was going on, especially with what's about to happen later in the story. So maybe my mom and like all their moms and Sabrina like went out for drinks, and like the oldest girls were like, watch all these damn kids. So maybe that was it. Y'all know, in black families, as long as there's somebody in the goddamn teens, all the kids can be watched. So we're like watching a Disney movie, me and Robin together, which I don't know why we're together, because like I said, I really don't feel like me and Robin were friends, but maybe we were, and I just don't remember because it was so fucking long ago. So we're in the living room watching a Disney movie, and we're alone because all of the older girls, or just all the other girls, went into like the bedroom to like do whatever the fuck they were doing in there. They were just probably like watching a movie on a phone, something. And so I remember watching this movie with Robin, and like a kissing scene came up, right? And it was like, a kissing scene between a man and a woman. It was like I think it was like Beauty and the Beast. I don't know what the fuck we were watching. But I remember watching the kissing scene, and I like glanced over at Robin because I'm like a 9-year-old and I'm childish. And I was like, I was like making a joke because I was like, that's gross. Ugh. I really do feel like I was 9 and she was 8. Because like we weren't like babies, but we were also like children. You know what I mean? So we were old enough to have like, not old enough to like have conversations about kissing, but we were old enough to at least know what kissing was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all like, oh my gosh, that's so gross. I would never. And she was like, I think kissing's sweet. And I was like, how the hell you know what kissing, who you been kissing? She was like, and she started laughing. She's like, I ain't kissing nobody. I was like, I haven't even kissed anybody before. She was like, neither have I. And I don't know what was wrong. I've said this in multiple episodes, y'all. When I was younger than what I am now, I used to have so much riz. Like, I used to have so much game. Oh my gosh, especially with women. I don't know what it is about women that just bring out, like, I'm just like, well, you want to kiss me? Like, you want to do this with me? I don't know what it is, because I don't have it now. I wish I did, because old school Zaria she used to chirps real hard. I used to be about it. So as I did, I was like, well, you want to kiss me? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, shit. I mean, I didn't want to kiss you either. I was just trying to help you out. Like, I was just trying to see, bitch, if you wanted like some assistance in that area, since you over here talking about you never done it before. I mean, I never done it before either, but I figured we could help you you know what I'm saying? We can help each other out. Shit, like, don't make it weird. Like, don't make it weird. That's crazy, cause no. So then I catch a little attitude, because I was like, no, because she trying to be on some weird shit, even though the whole time I was on a weird shit. So anyway, that movie go off, and this is back when we had like VHS. Y'all remember that? When you had to like rewind the movie all the way back to the goddamn beginning before you could like eject it and put it back in the fucking case? Because if you didn't, when you put it in again, it's just gonna start from wherever the fuck you left off. So yeah, it was back in this day. So I'm rewinding the movie because we about to take it out and put another movie in. And Robin is like, well, what kind of kiss? I was like, okay, well. First of all, it's so weird remembering this story and remembering how I felt now that I'm like 25, and I was like 9 at the time. So it's just a little weird. But I'm talking about me though, so it's okay. But it's still like, oh Jesus. So this is how you know. This is like prime example of how like sexually active I was. Which is good, because I shouldn't have been, because I was fucking 9. But when she said that, I was like, what you mean, what type of kiss? Like a kiss with your mouth? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like a regular ass kiss. She was like, no, like, do you want to like French kiss, or do you just want to like, I was like, what the fuck is that? I had no idea, y'all, what any type of kissing was. I didn't know about tongue. I didn't know about none of that shit. I just knew that you put your lips on my lips, and then we make this noise. That's it. That's all I knew. Like, I had no idea. So this 8-year-old is literally like explaining to a 9-year-old like what French kissing is. Like, you're supposed to like turn your head and stick your tongue out and shit like that. And I was like, that sounds horrid. That sounds horrid, Dahmer. But okay, like, why do you want me to put my tongue in your mouth? But I mean, we could do it, because like, I'm all for the tryouts, you know what I mean? So we can do it. I'm just saying that's a little weird. Like, remember a couple seconds ago when you was like, like now I'm feeling a little, but it's whatever you want. I'm with whatever. So I was like, I mean, okay, we could do that. So this is where the story gets so childish, and it's like, this is one of those memories that y'all know when y'all have those memories that just randomly pop up and you gotta like make a noise to get it out your head so you can just think of something else. It's like this is one of those when I think about it, because it's just so ugly. So she was like, okay, like, you want to kiss now or you want to wait? By the way, it's dark as fuck outside. Like, it's past the bedtime for sure. But it's a weekend, so he's staying up. All the older girls are in the room on their phone talking to boys and shit like that. We out here chilling. So I was like, I mean, we could do it now. I mean, you know, I'm not scared or nothing. I was like, you scared? She was like, I'm not scared. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. She was like, all right, so let's make a fort. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah. She was like, it'll be romantic. Like, let's make a fort and then we can like go under the fort and kiss and hold hands. And I was like, this is like literally the start of my gay era, because I'm just like, I don't know, y'all. When I'm with women, I just think like a man. I just be like, girl, don't nobody want to hold hands and shit. Like, just bring your ass over here so we can get it done. Like, and then she wanted to take like the pillowcases off the couch. She wanted to like take the cushions off the couch and shit. Like, she legitimately wanted to make a fort. And I was like, girl, but you know, I'm 9, so a part of me is like, girl, can we just get this kiss over? But also, a fort sounds enticing as fuck to a 9-year-old, so I was like, all right, bet, let's just do it. Like, just let's hurry up and build this fire-ass fort so we can get this kiss over with, right? So we built the fort and shit, which was actually a nice fort, made by an 8 and a 9-year-old, if I do say so myself. It was sturdy as fuck, won't go nowhere. And then we tossed a sheet over it, right, for that extra ambiance, for that, like, that canopy feel, you know what I'm saying? It was real romantic, I'm not gonna lie, she ate. So then I go in the fort, right? And she's like, okay, are you ready? And I'm like, are we like, girl, get your ass in here. So I'm like, yeah. So she get in there and she's like giggling and shit, you know, cause you know, we kids. And so I was like, all right, close your eyes. So she closed her eyes and I'm like, like, now I'm starting to feel like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Like, this is weird. Like, if we would have just did it when we first was talking about it, like a real quick, like, it would have been awkward, but like, we didn't set this shit up like we putting on like a play or something. And I was like, now I feel weird. Like, now I don't know if I want to do it. So then I closed my eyes and I was like, all right, well, I'm not, she the one who know what French kissing this shit is. So obviously she gonna make the first move. I'm gonna just close my eyes and then she gonna do the rest. But my dumb ass, her eyes was already closed. So I don't know what good I thought closing my eyes was doing. So we were just literally standing there facing each other with our eyes closed. I mean, sitting there. And it was real awkward. She was like, you gonna do it? And I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I kissed her and I did like one long, like one of those kisses you give your mom. Like one of those kisses you give like a auntie you haven't seen in a long time. I mean, I did it on her mouth, but it just wasn't like, it was not the type of kiss she was talking about. And a part of me knew that, but a part of me didn't know what other kiss to give her because I have never done any other type of kiss. So she was like, no, not like that. I've done that before. And I was like, oh, well, okay, Mrs. fucking experience. She was like this. This girl grabbed my head with both hands and then yanked me in and just started kissing the hell out of me. Tongue was going everywhere. I was like, all right, hold up. Like, at first it felt a little weird and I was like, I didn't know what to do with my tongue. Her tongue was like moving my tongue out the way. I was like, ah! But then, like, both of our heads turned to the left at the same time and it was like a little bit of symmetry. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And I still to this day, well, you know, according, you know, aside from some other experiences, still to this day, that was the most symmetric and professional tongue kiss I've ever done in my entire life. Like, the way it was just like, everything was so uniform, like it was wonderful. It was a great experience. And I was like, wow. Well, wow. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I feel like that story goes a little bit like deeper than that. I feel like we were dry humping at some point, but since I don't really remember if that part is true or I just dreamed about it after, because literally we built the perfect fort, right? So after we did all this tongue kissing, both of us just rolled over and went to sleep, like in the fort. Never put the couch cushions back on. We just went to sleep. Like, it was pathetic. So I don't know because I don't remember it. I don't remember any dry humping, but I do though. Y'all know, like, when y'all get that sense of deja vu and you just like, did this happen before or did I just dream it? It's kind of like that. So yeah, but that was my first gay experience, y'all. And it was quite cute. It was very corny, very, very bi-curious at the time. And I feel like Robin now, Because I've seen her, like, on social media and stuff. I don't even think that girl is gay. I guess that night meant something different for both of us. But okay, y'all, let's get into a tiny little movie review. Y'all know I don't like talking about stuff that I don't have, good knowledge on. But I saw this movie, and I just got to talk about it. The way I can't even speak. I hate when I stutter. I sound like nobody loves me. But the way this movie exceeded my expectations is crazy. So I got to talk about it. So I recently went to go see the new Spider-Man, right? And of course, the Miles Morales. We recently went to go see the second one of that. And I saw the first one, Into the Spider-Verse. It was great. I was like, damn. Like, this is amazing. I think this might be my favorite Spider-Man movie. Y'all know anything black, I'm just automatically, like, biased. I'm like, yeah, this is the best one, if not the only one. So, I went to go see it, and I was like, there's no way they're going to be able to top, like, the soundtrack from the first one, the colors from the first one, the picture from the first one. Like, the first one was really, like, it really did something, right? Y'all, this damn second movie blew the first movie out the water. I was like, how is that even possible? And let me just say right now, Daniel Kaluuya stole the fucking show in this movie. Like, once Obi popped in the fucking film, I didn't care about the plot. I didn't care about the end of the story. All I was thinking about was, when is Obi, like, when is his next line coming up, and when can I see him again? Like, that was a really good character. And y'all know I love all things British. I love English shit. I love London. Like, that's my shit. Like, I really do think that my future wife or my future man is going to be a British person. And that's just what I think. The way they were letting Obi use, like, British slang, and I don't know. It was just, I really think Daniel ate this movie up. But then again, also, I was having a little bit of a complex while watching this movie. Because why was Cornrow Miles kind of fine? And I hate when I'm attracted to cartoon characters. Like, it's a little gross. And he a kid, so it's just like, man, that shit is crazy. But let's not act like that's weird. And let's act like, let's not act like, niggas wasn't attracted to Simba and Jasmine and Aladdin. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. He was fine. When he took off that mask, I didn't even peep that it was Miles. When he took off the mask, I was like, who is that? That's a fine ass character that they drew. And did they draw him based on a specific human? Because who is it? And speaking of not peeping that it was Miles immediately when he took off his mask, I went with my homeboy Elijah, right? So I know whoever was sitting next to me on the other end was like, if this bitch don't shut up, because I'm not really a big fan of Spider-Man. So I don't really know a lot about him or the different universes of Spider-Man. I don't know a lot, right? I know the basic shit. So it was so much. And then first of all, the first one, Into the Spider-Verse, came out like a million years ago. And I only saw it once. So how the fuck am I supposed to remember what I saw from that movie? I didn't retain none of the information. So I kept leaning over to Elijah, and I was like, who the fuck is that? Then they said Peter died. I was like, I thought he been died. Like, how the fuck he come back? And he kept saying, like, no, from the first one. And I was like, I don't remember the first one, right? So it was a lot of shit that I had to just lean over and be like, what? And then there was a fucking dinosaur. I was like, when did Spider-Man, what is happening? So it was a lot in that movie that I didn't understand, that I had to, like, lean into my homeboy and be like, excuse me? And then he gave me, like, a quick little rundown. And then, like, as the movie was going off, like, then I started to remember everything from the first movie. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, first of all, I know, like, in the spider world, like, the canon event is super, like, important and shit. But, like, ain't no way. And Miguel was a bitch the whole movie. Like, nigga, sit down. Like, sit down somewhere. I hate niggas like that. But ain't no way you about to look me in my eye and tell me that I gotta let my dad die just for some Spider-Man shit, basically. Like, nigga, I already lost my uncle. Like, that, you should have took that as my canon event. And then you gonna tell me, like, whole time I'm not even supposed to be a Spider-Man. And what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to just sit here and eat that? Like, niggas been saying that I don't belong here since I walked in the door, and now you gonna tell me, like, that I really don't belong here, and that also, like, the main nigga in my life gotta die? Fuck everybody in this little academy. Like, I thought that part was so crazy. Like, they really was, like, trying to gaslight Miles, like he was overreacting. Like, they weren't trying to tell him that his dad needed to die and that he wants really a real Spider-Man for real. It's just like, I'm sorry, honestly, I thought he underreacted. I would have blew that whole shit up, because that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into, like, a lot, because like I said, I don't know a lot about Spider-Man. I really, Andrew Garfield was my favorite Spider-Man, even though I saw all of them. I don't really know a lot about it, like, and Miles Morales is just my favorite, because, y'all know. But it definitely tied up with The Little Mermaid, and I know Marvel nerds and Spider-Man niggas are gonna be like, oh, Little Mermaid don't even come close to Spider-Man. Like, stop dick riding. Like, it did. Like, and then you saying all that, didn't even watch the Little Mermaid. Like, please, I know the movie was amazing, I know that, but so was the Little Mermaid. Like let's hop off. Like, take the dick out your mouth. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. So, and I'll even admit that maybe I liked the new Spider-Man maybe 1% more than Little Mermaid, just because of all the action and the colors and the dialogue and the design of the characters. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it 1% over, but let's not do too much. Oh my gosh. And also, I have a little bit of an anime update for you guys. Y'all about to be so disappointed in me, bro. Right, let's just get this out the way first of all, because y'all be in my TikTok DMs going crazy about this. So to all my One Piece fans, y'all, I can't do it. I can't do it, y'all. And I just can't. I can't, y'all. I genuinely can't do it. Like, my body doesn't give a fuck about what the One Piece is. And I apologize for that, because I really did try, y'all. I really did try. Every time, without failure, every time I put on that goddamn show, I fall asleep. I just fall asleep. It could be middle of the, and it's not because I only watch the show at night or I only watch the show when I'm laying down. It could be midday, 2 p.m. I just finished eating the snack. I'm up on the couch, turn it on. By 30 minutes, I'm out like a light into the night. My body rejects the show, and you know what? I'm not even gonna apologize, because I'm tired of the slander. Some nigga on TikTok DM'd me and called me a dumbass because I didn't understand the message that One Piece was trying to portray. First of all, I didn't even know that there was a message to be portrayed, but dumbass is crazy. Like, I get that, sometimes we can't believe when niggas don't like certain animes. Like, I couldn't believe a nigga didn't like My Hero Academia. I was like, that's like this generation's Naruto. That's crazy. How could you not like that shit? It got everything you needed, like sympathy, like bravery. It got everything. So I understand how it could be unbelievable how somebody don't like your favorite anime, but dumbass is wicked. Like, that's crazy. Niggas be meat riding One Piece like they meat ride LeBron, and it's okay. Like, sometimes you just gotta admit that it's trash, and it might not be trash for you, but it's okay for it to be trash for somebody else. Like, I'm sorry that I just don't like it, y'all. I don't like it. And I can see why y'all do like it. I can see why it's one of the most, popular animes out there. I really do get it, but I don't want it. I done tried for 3 months now, and all 3 months, all I've gotten was great sleep. So, it's just, I can't. Now, I have watched a couple episodes of To Your Eternity, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was giving Nat Geo. Like, it was giving, like, Animal Planet documentary at first. I was like, what the fuck did I just turn on? And it got recommended to me, so I was like, we'll see. Did y'all just hear me? Oh, my God. Did y'all just hear? I'm gonna edit that out. I deadass feel like every other episode I'm recording, I'm sick. And y'all hear me, like, cough, like, sniff, like, sneeze. It's disgusting, and I'm sick of it. But I also just started, Classroom Assassination, and then what's the other one that I just watched? I just watched one episode. I think it's called like the devil's like a part-time, something like that. I only watched one episode of both of those because my uncle, he's in Japan right now, and he was telling me about Classroom Assassination. Not gonna lie, it was pretty fire. Both of them, I was like, okay, now this might be something that I can actually finish. Because y'all know my number one issue with anime is that I can't finish shit. Like, I'm in the middle. I have caught up on My Hero, though. I'm not gonna lie. I have caught up on My Hero. Because there's a few, like, nerd blogs that I'm in where niggas just be spoiling it anyway. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll watch it. And there's a few other animes that I started. There was somebody on TikTok. I had posted, like a little clip of me talking about anime on TikTok, and this person DM'd me, and they actually gave me some really good recommendations. I just can't remember, and I'm not about to look on my Crunchyroll list now because I'm just gonna get distracted. So, but I have watched a couple other ones, and it's going great, y'all. And they're all like short, like, seasons and shit. So I was like, okay, we could really finish some shit out here. Like, this is going good. Whenever I get recommended an anime and they got like 17 seasons, like 40 episodes a season, I'm like, I'm not gonna finish this until I'm fucking 1,000. Like, there's no way in this lifetime I'm finishing this episode. I should have caught on back in like 2010 when it first started, but I'm sorry, I wasn't there. Okay, so y'all know every episode I gotta talk about something just a little bit serious, right? And this is something that I was talking to my Aunt Corey about. And I don't know, I think a lot of people have different views on this, which is fine. But I know a lot of people also agree with me. And she was agreeing with me, by the way. So it was just, let me just tell y'all what I mean. So we recently just found out that somebody in my family had got married, like no kids or nothing, got married at 18. And it was kind of a shock because it was just like the person that got married in our family had like it's just like the last person in our family that should be getting married. You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to throw no shade, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, you got married? Why? But then, we started looking into it, and they genuinely both look happy. So it's just like, all right, well, y'all ain't got no kids. So shit, if y'all decide in 2 to 3 years that this ain't what y'all want, y'all can always just get a fucking divorce. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, niggas get shot every day. Be like, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. And anything to make motherfuckers happy, I'm gonna shut the fuck up regardless. So even if I don't personally agree with it, even if I would never do it in my own life experience, if you look happy and kumbaya, I'm gonna hold all my shit inside. I don't give a fuck. You look great. It seems like this life is treating you well. Enjoy. But we did have a conversation about it, and I was just like, I personally don't think that I even want to find, like, my forever person, like, that young. Because, like, what if we both live until we're 99? Like, that's 75 plus years that it's just me and you. Like, that shit make my skin itch. And to some people, that shit makes their eyes water and their skin, like, glisten. And they're just like, I literally want to spend forever 75 plus years with the same motherfucker. That's crazy to me. I cannot imagine. Like, back in the day when the British was spreading and stealing shit, and you know what I mean? And niggas only lived to be, like, 36, max 38, 40. You know what I mean? I'd be the first bitch in line to get married. Like, nigga, we only got, like, a decade or two to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's really live it as big as we can. We only got 30 years. Like, life is nowhere near as long and opportunistic as it is now. Like, you could literally go to another country for as long as you want and meet the love of your life. Like, but it's just like, and then people change so much, like, every 5 years. Like, the nigga that you marry at, like, 19 to 21, like, it's really, really, like, the odds of him being that same person when he's, like, 42 are wildly low. Like, that, people change so much. So to just risk it all and lock all that fun shit up, like, early, when you know you have so much to learn about yourself and so much changing to do as you get older, it's just like, one of y'all not gonna fit this little puzzle no more. I'm just saying in a couple years, but to each his own. Sometimes that shit do work out, so it ain't even, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about for me personally, like, and I love the, like, whole, like, ambiance that comes with, like, first dating a person or, like, first talking to a person, like, the nervousness, like, the will they, won't they, the fucking, like, flirtatiousness, y'all know I love me some eye contact. Like, I love all of that shit. So to just lock it up, like, at the age of 19 and just never experience that shit again because I got my nigga, he put a ring on it, we locked down forever. Like, that shit sounds horrific as fuck to me. Like, I love meeting new people. I like flirting with people. You know what I mean? And I can't do that with a fat ass ring on my finger. Now, granted, the ring is fat. The ring is fire. But, like, okay. After a while, it's just like, damn, yeah, it is fire, huh? So I don't know, like, no tea or nothing, no shade, no nothing like that. But I don't know, y'all. 19, 18 is a crazy age to get married. Like, what? Okay, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up. But I haven't actually been recording that long. It's been an hour. So that's I'm doing really good, y'all. I'm doing really good. But I want to know, like, okay, so wait a minute. This little segment was going to be like a question and answer. Because I had asked this question to a bunch of people, like my friends, my family, and shit like that. And some of them gave me some really good answers. But somebody said T Grizzly, and I was like, all right. But, like, I asked, like, who's your favorite artist to listen to when you're, like, drunk or high or, like, under the influence of any sort, right? And I got the staples, like, the good answer, like Brent Faiyaz. Somebody said John Bellion. Somebody said Willow Smith. And I was like, okay. Like, I wasn't expecting her to be on the list, but shit. And then somebody said The Weeknd. And then somebody said T Grizzly. And I was like, all right, nigga, well, okay. But I did shrooms recently. My code is still up on Schedule 35, by the way, if y'all want to get 15% off a purchase, by the way, just saying. So I did them recently, and without a shadow of a doubt, Frank Ocean is the best person to listen to while you're under the influence. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care if y'all take it back to the oldies, if y'all mention somebody new school, mid school, like 2010s, y'all can say Keisha Cole. I wholeheartedly disagree. It is 1000% Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean got shit to make you think about somebody that you haven't seen in 15 years. Like, somebody that you, like, shared a shopping cart with at your local Target. Like, that nigga's music is so I don't even know the word for it. That shit is just magical. It was great. It was a great experience. And I don't know, y'all, like when I come across people that are like super talented like that, like the same thing happened with Donald Glover. Now, even though, well, let's be clear, Childish Gambino. When I first saw Childish Gambino on Community, I was like, oh, he alright, he cute, but he ain't all that, right? I heard that man on Adventure Time, and I was like, who? That voice sound familiar as fuck. Who is that? Who is this? And I looked him up. Immediately, the most gorgeous man I've ever seen in my life. So when there's people that have like raw talent in like a whole bunch of different areas, they become so attractive. And the same thing happened with Frank Ocean. Like, I really didn't think Frank Ocean was, but then again, for a long time I didn't really know what Frank Ocean looked like, because that nigga just don't be in anything, right? So in my defense, I didn't really know what he looked like. I never really looked at his face. I just knew him as an artist and as, you know, the tornado flowing around his room and shit. But like a couple years ago, I looked him up and I was like, oh, he got a... Wait, no, I'm lying. I saw a picture of his mom, like, sitting in a garden on a chair. And I was like, this lady is beautiful. Is that really Frank Ocean mom? And then I Googled, like, Frank Ocean mom. And a picture of Frank Ocean popped up. And I was like, wow. This is a fine-ass man. And, like, the more and more I just started to go in on Frank Ocean, I'm like, this man is fine as hell. Like, if I was Tyler the Creator, I'm just kidding. But for real, that's a magical man. Love him. Recommend it. All albums. Recommend highly. But alright, guys. Let's wrap it up. I got some grocery shopping to do. Let's wrap the episode with Y'all Know and Am I the Asshole? Straight off Reddit, of course. This one says, am I the asshole for telling my friend she can't stay here if she's going to be at her boyfriend's house all the time? My friend moved in with me and my 3-year-old a couple months ago with her 4-year-old and her cat. She's mostly only here when she has her kid, but the days her kid is with her dad, my friend is hardly ever here. She's always at her boyfriend's house. She does come home to make sure the kitty litter is clean and that the cats are fed before she leaves out, but she's never really here. It was an entire month of her leaving the house right after getting home from work, spending a little bit of time with the cat, and then going straight to her boyfriend's. Most nights, she doesn't even sleep here. One day, she was starting to leave, and I asked her if she was going to her boyfriend's. She said yes, then grabbed her keys. I stopped her and said, we really need to talk about her constantly being at her boyfriend's house. She said, what is there to talk about? I told her that I didn't appreciate her going there almost every day, and if she was going to live here, that there needs to be boundaries. My friend said how she's there every night, that she has her kid, and the only time she leaves is when she doesn't have her kid, because that's the only time she can see her boyfriend. She stated that she would invite him over here, but she wants to be courteous of me and my son, so she just goes over there, and she ends up just spending the night so that she doesn't have to come home late at night when my son is sleeping. She asked if this was about her leaving the cat at the house some days, and I mentioned that this was not something I told her would be an issue when we established the house rules. I told her it wasn't about the cat, it was about her never or hardly being there for days at a time when she lives here. She said that she wasn't just gonna not see her boyfriend and didn't understand the issue and then walked away. This made me feel mad and confused, and now I'm understanding. And now I'm not understanding if I'm wrong or not. Am I the asshole? So first of all, of course you're the asshole, because that's not like your daughter or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not your kid. Like, that's a whole nother grown-ass woman. And if the only way I can see a problem with that is if she's not paying you. But she didn't mention payment at any point in this Am I the Asshole story. So I'm assuming that there is no payment. But what I do know for a fact is that she was the one that invited her friend to live there because she thought they were going to have like a besties, like sleepover, like roomie type situation. And it also sounds like the person who wrote this has a baby daddy, right? But they're not together, and also just doesn't have a man. So you're jealous because your friend that also probably was in the same situation with you at one time, you know, getting, you know, away from her baby daddy and was single. Now you're jealous that she has a man she can go to almost every night when she doesn't have her kid, while you're stuck in the house because you probably always have your kid and that damn cat. You know what I mean? It just sounds real jealous, because like what you really don't want is for her to bring her nigga to the house and just you hear them beating the doonies down in the next room. You know what I mean? While your son is present. You know what I mean? And if she is paying you and the rent is always on time, is always the exact amount, that's like, I know some people living with roommates that would be their fucking dream. You pay me on time. You pay me the right amount every month, and bitch, you don't even be here for real? I get extra money and I'm kind of living in this bitch by myself? What? That's like every roommate's dream right there. So it just sounds like your irritation and confusion is just out of jealousy. Like, you want your friend all to herself, and it's just like, okay, well, bitch, I need to go see my nigga, and I'm not about to be with my nigga at your house around your 4-year-old. I mean, around your 3-year-old. So what did you want me to do? Like, that one really confused me, and I know it's really people who really think like that. Like, if I don't have no nigga, you don't got no nigga, we need to be in this house with our babies by ourselves. And that's just not the case. That's just not how that's gonna go. Like, I'm sorry. And then after the explanation, like, oh, well, I end up just spending the night at his house because I don't want to come back at like 4 o'clock in the morning when you or your baby sleep and wake y'all up. Like, after you hear that considerate ass excuse, why would you still find the time and the words to say, well, there's boundaries and this is my house? Like, bitch, I just literally graced over all the boundaries. Like, I'm standing in the middle of the boundaries. Like, I just said that I didn't want to wake you and your son up, so I spend the night at my nigga house. You know what I mean? And then it's always, well, you could go live with your nigga then if you're already at his house. What if her nigga only got a 1-bedroom apartment? Like, let's not do that. Like, this is the shit that I hate about friends. Like, there's always, like, it's always something. Like, just be happy for me that I'm getting dick down and I'm not doing it at your house. Like, I'm here when my kid is here. I take care of my kid. I take care of the cats. The cats never stink. You know what I mean? I don't leave my shit all over the place. All I want to do is go get my back beat. Like, damn, that's crazy. So, I don't know, y'all. I'm going to post this clip on TikTok and see what the responses say, because sometimes I be thinking the people, like, well, every time I think the people are the asshole, and some of the people in the TikTok comments they be giving it to me. They be like, actually, bitch, they're not. And I'm like, okay, you're right, my fault. But I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Okay, guys, that's the end of the episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you know your girl's on TikTok. Let's make this podcast the podcast, okay, y'all? I want to hear you talk about it in the streets. 5 stars if you're feeling frisky, and 5 stars even if you're not. All the beautiful music in this episode is by the amazing Zoe Marie. Zoe's music can be found on all streaming platforms, so please go listen and love it just like I do. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.